Hello and welcome to another episode of Real Health with me, Michael Porter. Now, most of us have some sort of plan as to what we'll eat for the day. An important consideration when creating this plan is to look at the quality of the food and the range of nutrients that we'll be getting from it. Good nutrition means your body gets all the nutrients, vitamins and minerals it needs to work most effectively and to be in a good state of health. Including a range of healthy foods in your diet also helps you to maintain a healthy immune system. So today we have nutritionist Nikki Robertson in studio to explain nutritional strategies for preventing, managing and possibly even assisting in healing cancer. Nikki, good to have you back with us.
Thank you.
Now, we speak nutrition all the time, and I think it's just important to reiterate the concept of what good nutrition actually is. So let's get a sense of that.
So good nutrition means it's not doing things perfectly, not doing things 100%. And I think that's the biggest mistake most people make when they go out there looking for a diet or looking for a nutrition plan, is they want to go all in and do it really perfectly, which is the first step to failing, really, because it's unattainable. So generally speaking, if we are making sure that we eat a diet with variety, by variety I mean a good range of minimally processed proteins, healthy fats, whole food carbohydrates, lots of fiber, you will do really well. Okay. You will give your body and your immune system the best chance at doing its job.
Right.
If you're depending on restaurants and takeouts and supermarkets to feed you with quick, ready meals, you are going to be causing problems in the long term. That is the most simple and pretty much factual way of dealing with it.
Right. What is important to consider, like in order to make it easier on yourself to generate a plan for what you eat, whether it be per day or per week or overall?
Yeah, thinking it through is really important, and most of us eat as a reflex. We eat when we're hungry, we eat what's available, we don't give it much thought. We kind of go shopping when there's nothing left in the house, and this is really the hardest way to do this.
Yeah.
So just giving things a little bit of thought, beforehand really helps. It takes the stress off. It's another thing you don't have to think about. And when I say meal planning and preparing, it doesn't mean you prepare for a week in advance. That's just too much. I'd say 2 or 3 days, just shop for 2 or 3 days, buy what's seasonal, buy what's on special, buy in bulk, and really just be a bit more mindful about what you're going to do today, tomorrow, maybe the next day, just to make your life easier. So, even if you think about what you wear the night before, it makes that next day a whole lot easier. This is just another thing you don't have to think about. And because we don't really most people don't give what they're going to eat the next day or two much thought, it becomes a stress and it becomes something that we never really get a grip on.
Yeah, it's also a way to manage what you're eating, because if you go to the shops without a shopping list, chances are you're going to buy what visually appeals. But if you go with a shopping list, you know you got to get the greens, you got to get the broccoli, you got to get the whatever you're getting. You're focused in your process.
And you save money.
Absolutely.
So when you go hunter-gathering in the shops, you buy things you don't want, you don't need, you don't really look at prices as much as if you had a system in place.
Yes.
And that's where online shopping is really useful. You can create a list and you can just repeat that list, and you're not tempted to go buy the things you don't want or don't need.
Yeah. It's amazing how technology can be so helpful in so many ways. So Nikki, in terms of cancer patients particularly, we're heading that way with this discussions, but cancer is a disease of genetics and lifestyle combined. So why is it that the nutrition part is so important when you are diagnosed with cancer, especially if you've maybe made the mistakes in the past, getting on track to support this process?
So I think it's really important to state that nutrition cannot cure cancer. Okay, it might cause or be part of the recipe that put you in a situation where you became ill in the first place. But many people, when they're diagnosed with cancer, rush off and try and look for some kind of miracle eating plan, whether it be vegan or who knows what, and they think that that's going to cure them. It's not. It could be part and parcel of helping them achieve wellness in the long term. It's not a stand-in for chemotherapy or medical treatment. If you are not going to go down the chemo route or the radiation route or the allopathic medicine route, that's a choice. it's not necessarily going to work. And my best advice for people who come to me who are ill is we work with your doctor. And yes, there are nutritional interventions which can make these treatments much easier for your body to go through, for sure. There are many trials and studies that have shown that a ketogenic, but this is a proper ketogenic lifestyle, not just a casual, I'm going to dip a toe into keto, really helps people get through chemotherapy. So the theory is, and it's true, cancer needs glucose to proliferate.
Right.
So glucose is a fuel and it helps all of our cells do what they have to do, including cancer cells. So when you starve your body of sugars, you have got a better chance of the medication working. So the chemotherapy or the radiation or whatever therapy or medication you choose, you've got a better chance of that working if those cancer cells are inhibited from growing.
Right.
Just like fat cells. So when you eat sugar, your fat cells grow. It's the same principle. And then what has happened over time is that I'm not sure if it's allopathic or what kind of medicine, but what has been happening as far as trials is concerned is medicine is being put into a glucose vector. So this is a little capsule that is full of sugar so that we can get the treatment into the cancer cell because that cancer cell will recognize the sugar and gobble it up. But that's only if you're not eating any other sugars.
Right.
So we talk about sugar a lot as far as inflammation is concerned, about we use it to illustrate the dangers of insulin resistance, for example, and it's very true where cancer is concerned. So if you're concerned about cancer, if you have a genetic predisposition to cancer, if you have been diagnosed with a malignancy, making sure that you limit those kinds of inflammatory foods is really important for your quality of life going forward.
If you come from a household where traditionally food was high sugar, high fat, high processed, and you hit the point of life where you can now make your own decisions and you change that.
Yes.
Are you, I mean, is it too late for the cancer that may have sort of the earliest time has started? Or is now, whatever your state you're in, is now the time to be making these changes to better food to support the potential to overcome or prevent, cancer?
Yeah, you're never too old or too sick to get well. Okay. At any point in life, you can turn around your health destiny, for sure. While you're alive, your cells are dying off and they're regenerating. And what you put in is what those cells are going to be made out of. At any point in your life, you can enhance your immune system. So it's never too late. Even if you've spent 40 years eating rubbish, the day you decide to stop doing that, to stop drinking alcohol, to eat real food, to move, your body will start healing. And a lot of that comes down to how you think.
Yes.
I'd say, I don't even want to go as far as 90%, but it all starts in your head. That decision to start living better makes a massive difference in your life. No matter if we're talking about cancer, we're talking about any kind of disease, your chance at living better starts in your head. And when you've made that choice, your cells respond. They really do.
It's quite an interesting sort of motivation and mindset to say that if your cells are made up of bad things because that's what you've been living on, you then making them out of better things.
Yes.
That's a wonderful vision, I don't know, in my head that just popped up as
It
you said
is,
that.
and it gives us so much control. And, you know, we've always, not always, but there has been a mindset which we've given our control or our health destinies to our doctors and other people that we feel it's our genetics. You know, we don't have control. Of course you have control over your genetics. Your genetics is, I mean, there's only about 3% genetics that's hardwired, and that's your hair color and your eye color and your skin color. The rest is pretty much variable. And it comes down to our environmental influence and how we choose to eat. What we choose to put in plays a big part in this.
Huge one, yeah. Thank you so much. I just got a buzz of motivation, I must be honest.
So glad.
It's great. I mean, it just also shows, moving from a discussion around nutrition, how we end up at mental health, physical health. It's the holistic body that we need to be aware of.
Always starts with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nikki. Great to chat to you as always.